Hello, welcome everybody back for another Chalkcast. This time a little bit different. The fellas are doing it in 2025, getting a little crazy. Well, happy New Year, everybody. Hope you guys all had a fantastic New Year. Hope you didn't miss us too much because we were having a grand old time celebrating the holidays.
I just want to say welcome to 2025, boys. I was here a lot earlier than you guys.
You were,
and
true.
I was just poked my head into 2025 down here about 8 hours before some of you, 12 hours, sometimes longer. And let me tell you, it was fantastic. I'm glad you finally joined us here though, and we are back. 99.
It was more, CJ. It was more. You were 9 hours before me, and I was in Eastern Europe, and then I was 8 hours before Rizzo. You were 17 hours before Rizzo. Think about
17 hours. Yeah, I had 17 hours.
You were there.
I will permanently be 17 hours more into 2025 than you.
Well, actually, no.
You could have warned us.
About halfway through it, you're going to be 15 hours. It changes.
True, but I've experienced 17 hours more of 2025 than him.
So far, yeah. And suddenly one night we just catch up, and now we're like, it'll get closer. I didn't know that for most of my life, that the Southern Hemisphere, they do daylight savings the other way around. But it's really confusing when we try and schedule things and we get the time zone wrong with CJ. It's not our fault, okay? Wrong, literally wrong side of the planet vertically. It's really complicated.
Look, these things do happen, but welcome everybody. We're back. It's 99. We're one away from the century, from the big triple figures, which I'm very excited about. We'll have a big app coming up. I'm sure we'll sort some. It'll probably involve drinking. But welcome back to the patrons as well, everyone in chat. You guys I've been checking out the Discord, and I mentioned it in the announcement thing in the Discord. Can you guys get off Marvel Rivals? I feel like everyone's playing it right now. We got some rock to talk about. RLCS 2025 is back. We don't muck around here. We say 3rd of Jan, get your bums on the computers and start playing, boys. We do no breaks. We're not about the holiday season. We're all about playing some rock. So we're straight into the season. But before that, what have we been up to, boys? Christmas, New Year break. Rizzo, what'd you do?
Played a bunch of Marvel Rivals.
Oh my God. Have you really?
No, I've not played the game at all. Christmas, I had a nice little evening. Christmas Eve, had a big get together with some family, and then Christmas Day was super chill. Had a grand old time, opened some presents, hung out a little bit, ate some dinner, all that good stuff. New Year's Eve, had a little get together at our place here, hosted a little bit, so had basically the same people on Christmas Eve come over here as well, and yeah, just partied a little bit, got a little crazy. You know me, come on now.
Have you drunk all those little bowl things? What are they called?
Buzz balls?
The buzz balls?
I did.
The buzzies going?
I don't even think I finished them, but I drank a bit of them and then threw the rest down the sink. They're pretty disgusting. They're pretty disgusting.
Didn't Athena want them? She was hyping them up.
No, I mean, she doesn't drink, but like.
Oh.
She was hyping them up, but then she does not
really
drink.
Yeah, she was hyping them up like crazy, and then she just didn't drink them, and we had to drink them, and we were like, these are disgusting. But
no,
yeah, if you know what a buzzball is, I didn't enjoy it at all. It wasn't my thing, but if you like it, that's fine.
Cheap.
You're allowed. They weren't there. Yeah, they weren't cheap.
They work. That's the thing. They will work.
So get you buzzed. Crazy New Year's for you. You were hosting. That's fantastic. 2025. Did you go Happy New Year? Did you have some fireworks or something? What's the restrictions over in Austin?
Actually, there were people sending off fireworks like 3 or 4 days before New Year's. I was like, dude, come on. It was literally like it was like 1 a.m. I was like, what are you doing?
little test run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got probably a test run or something. I was like, it's so annoying. But I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was thinking, to be honest.
Yeah,
New Year's fireworks.
You had good fun.
Celebration.
I had good fun. Yeah, had great fun. Had a good celebration. All that good stuff. No, definitely no restrictions, I don't think. Or at least not that I know of, because it seems like I always hear fireworks every New Year anyway, so probably not.
There you go.
No restrictions. Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, because I was in Bulgaria. Usually, Bella and we go to Bulgaria for the Christmas New Year period, but yeah, we could not have timed it better for snow. I know in Australia you do summer in winter, a bit weird. You do like the whole like sunshine, hot temperature thing, but yeah, we had the cold temperature winter, the normal one, Why Bulgaria? That's where she's from. So yeah, we're visiting her family. We live in the UK, where I'm from, but we went to her family's place for Christmas, and then New Year I was telling CJ and Rizzo earlier, in classic fashion for me, I took no photo. I'm pretty sure I have 0 pictures from I never take pictures.
You take
on
it
my
with your
phone.
eyeballs though.
Yeah, I just
you gotta appreciate the
remember it, you
moment.
know. And I remember, yeah, I have no pictures. I'm really bad, especially if I'm going on holiday with the missus. I know she's gonna take pictures, so I don't have to. Then I don't take any pictures. I can't show you guys what it looked like, but there was like snow and trees. It was really cool. It was nice. Next week you'll see what I mean. I'll bring.
We'll have
I'll
to
bring the
trust you on that.
pictures.
We'll have to trust you on that because it sounds
I'll bring the
unheard of.
pictures. Yeah,
But I bet it was awesome.
cool though.
So
It was cool.
that's good. You usually go there for your New Year's holiday season.
Not always. Yeah, for Christmas, yes, and then New Year we sometimes stay there. We sometimes go somewhere else in Europe because you could just hop on a Ryanair flight for 30 quid and land in Italy or something. There's always like some cheap flights going around. We did Beirut in 2019.
Did they do standing seats for Ryanair? Remember there was a whole thing about.
No, I don't think so. I remember I saw that as well though. Yeah, I did see that. I don't think they do it.
And standing up,
Oh,
to
my
just stand
days.
up and hold on to the railing. Man, that'd be.
I mean,
They
if
probably
I don't
want
know,
to.
but if it's like a 30-minute flight, I feel like I won't mind it.
Isn't this really dangerous though? Surely it's gotta be dangerous.
Yeah, it's got to be dangerous.
Because like when the plane's taxiing around, I've seen people who don't put their belt on. They just aren't ready for the plane to hit the brakes, and they just go absolutely flying down the aisle because they're standing up.
That
for,
annoys me.
for no reason.
People that do any percent speed run, unbuckle your seatbelt record. Like as soon as the wheels hit the ground, they're like ching up. It's like, what are you doing?
The worst one I
Where are
ever
you
saw of
going?
that. I was on a flight once. I forget where it was, but it was somewhere in Europe. It was a short flight in Europe, really short flight, like max 90 minutes. I don't recall where, but it was probably like France or somewhere from UK. So it's like 90-minute flight. And while we were like this, we're full on descending. We're like, you can see the ground getting closer. Like you're that close. It's not like super close yet, but you're close enough that you're like, oh yeah, like my depth perception's kicking in. I can tell how high we are. Somebody just got up in the middle of the plane to like open the overhead locker, and the person on the flight attendant who's at this point fully buckled in herself at the front is like, "Sir," she picks up the phone. "Sir, sit down right now. Sit down right now. We're landing." And then he like sits down. He's like, sits down and puts his belt on. And then
Like, oh,
as
I
we
didn't know.
yeah. As we got closer, he got up again. He got up a second time.
Oh my
And then she was
God.
like, "Sir, sit down. We're landing. Put your belt on. Sit down. Put your belt on." We're like, "What is he doing?" He's like just opening up the overhead locker, getting like looking for his bag or his jacket. I've never seen anything like this. He understood what she was saying when she spoke to him, so I don't know how he thought, "Oh right, she meant sit down 10 seconds ago, but now I must be good
But
to
now,
stand up."
now I'm good.
I kid you not, he sat down and then 5 seconds later, wheels on the tarmac. We landed. I was like, "What? What is he doing?" Yeah,
Imagine you just hit
keep
the
your
roof.
belt on.
Keep your belt
Yeah,
on.
you could have.
please.
Like, genuinely, yeah. People can, in bad turbulence, you can go absolutely flying in a plane. Like, the belt might seem a bit silly at sometimes. You're thinking, well, I mean, if we hit a mountain, we're probably all going to, like, blow up in a ball of fire anyway. The belt's not going to save you, but it will save you injuries if in turbulence, random turbulence. So, probably worth keeping it on.
Well, no planes for me over the holiday period, but I don't know what you're saying, Johnny. Someone said in chat, well, I don't do summer. We are in summer here in Australia. I don't know if you know how it works, but, it's northern, southern hemisphere. We flip, and it's been hot. It's been 30 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in freedom units. You might have to translate that from the freedom, but it's been nice.
86.
It's been nice. 86, it's nice. Look, this guy's like, oh, it's in 45 degrees in my desert. Okay, well, awesome, well done. It's just nice weather. You just want to go outside.
That is nice. That's nice. That's nice.
It's
You're
lovely. Right. It's absolutely lovely. So it's been good down here. Considering we're on the, we're near Antarctica. 86 is that's good for us, and it's a hot 86. Let me just say that. It might be a 96.
It's a hot 86.
Does that mean it's a humid 86?
Yeah, is it humid where you are?
Well, I've had this debate with people. It's not crazy humid. It's a little humid. It's not crazy humid, but there's something about, and I've had this debate with Yummy because he's from, further north in Australia. He's from New South Wales, Sydney. I say that the Tassie heat's hotter than New South Wales heat. And he's like, you're stupid. You're an idiot. It's more humid in New South Wales. It's not. But there's something about the way the sun punches through the ozone layer in Tasmania that when you get burnt, and I'm serious, I'm not just bullshitting, which usually I am. There's when you get burnt in Tassie way quicker, and mainlanders come down and they're like, "What the hell is going on?" Like you get burnt, and it just gets you in Tasmania more than I don't know. If it's like it sneaks up on you or something. Like you don't think how much the sun's hitting you, but the Tassie heat is something else. The way the sun has found a hole in Tasmania, it's straight through. So there's a little resistance. I don't know about the technical terms, but there's something about it. Anyway, it's been great weather over the holiday period. Had a great Christmas, extended fam with Brio, with my partner's fam as well. We did the double whammy, the lunch, dinner. And let me tell you, that's tough because after you have Christmas lunch, you want to go to sleep. But we've got to send, you're transiting between locations.
Oh, wait, you did lunch with one and then dinner with the other. You had to drive. How far is that to drive?
2 hours, 2-hour drive.
Oh, my.
What you should have done is just get both of the families to drive 1 hour to meet in the middle, and then you could all have dinner wherever that is.
But that would be like a 40-person Christmas.
That sounds incredible.
Sounds fun.
That sounds really good. That's one for next year.
Big Christmas Day, double whammy, and then been playing a bit of golf as you do when the sun comes out. I just mentioned to Johnny before, played Barnbougle 2 days ago.
You played what?
Which was Barnbougle.
Are you saying barn or are you saying barn?
Sorry, barn.
Barnbougle.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been playing the Barnbougle.
Barnbougle.
Which I didn't know. I hadn't heard of that course before, but it's named after a Scottish castle. There's definitely a Scottish castle called Barnbougle.
Yeah, we pretty much name everything after the UK or places over there. But
somebody got arrested at Barnbougle Castle, sent to Australia for punishment, and started a golf course. They just started. Yeah. They were like, you know what? I'm just gonna become a new man. Stop whatever I got arrested for, and
picked a good spot. You can Google that. It's a top 20 golf course in the world. I guess that's kind of debate. It's kind of like, I feel like that's boxing titles where there's heaps of different rankings. I don't know which one's the official rankings, but it is. It was very nice. So that was great. Great weather there. New Year's was great as well. Had a couple of brewskis. No buzz balls down here. But just basically been the opposite of you guys. I've been enjoying great weather. I've been outside.
Just lots of Fosters. You guys love your Fosters in Australia,
we don't
you?
Like Fosters. We hate
you
that.
love Fosters. I've seen the adverts. You love it.
We hate that. Don't. No one drinks Fosters.
What is Fosters?
I don't even know how that. It's a lager. It's a lager from South Australia.
Yeah,
but no one drinks.
In the UK, it's like heavily advertised as like the Australian beer. Yeah, this is the Australian beer, but no one in Australia drinks it. I don't know how they've managed to trick the world into thinking they do.
Yeah, that's their logo. Oh, that's their slogan, isn't it? It's Australian for beer, is what they say. Like, they've just taken over the international market, and everyone's like, oh, Australian beer, Foster's. But, like, no one drinks. I don't know. They've done well. I'd say it's a marketing scheme that they've pulled off. But, yep, enjoying the sun, been outside, barbecues, hanging out with the fam, just enjoying the couple weeks off, and now we're back into it. I mean, before you know it, New Year's and Europe said, you know what, let's start some Rocket League. And well, I guess we're going to do it.
3rd of January. There was no official stream, but yeah, they were playing the day one of the qual was 3rd of January, 4th of January, same thing, and then 5th of January, the doubles, the 2 Swiss stages, which is cool.
No one told Vitality that I was starting on.
Yeah, I don't think they knew about it. I think that, they were probably off having Christmas with the fam a bit too much. But yeah, they warmed up after a while. Did you? But okay, before we talk about Rocket League, so in the holiday period, I'm sure you all heard about the honey scam. You guys must have heard about the honey scam.
Honey, yeah.
This is mind blowing. I feel like we don't usually deviate too much from Rocket League on the actual live show, but I could not believe this when I saw that video.
Am I right? Those scumbags.
Yeah, they're taking the creators' money. That's us.
At the same time, like, how are they making money? But like, without, obviously everyone said, oh, they're just getting a cut from websites to then apply the code, but they were sponsoring I feel like every second.
No, CJ, did you watch the video though? Did you watch it, see what's happening? Like how they do it?
I know why they are, but I'm saying, like, at the time, how did no one think there must be something going on here? Do you know what I mean? Like, they were the sponsorship money. They were sponsoring every YouTube video, every streamer. everything, and it's all they're doing is what they're getting a cut from the website. That's it. Well, it turns out not.
People
'cause they're
probably
taking your
assumed
codes.
people probably assume they were selling the information too, which they probably are.
Yeah.
Any, like,
Well, I guess that's the thing.
I don't know, potentially like checkout information or something. I don't know what's in there. What they call like their terms of service or whatever it might be, but
People asking what actually happened.
Yeah.
Johnny, you want to do a quick summary?
Yeah, so yeah, it's that browser extension. I never used it, but I mean, it sounds like a cool idea. It's like a browser extension that's supposed to find the the best discount code. Every time that there is a code, it's supposed to find one. And yeah, basically their whole thing was like, if there's a discount code for what you're about to purchase online, we'll find it for you. Just click the browser extension.
Great
we'll
system.
we'll apply the code, which sounds really cool in theory. You're like, oh great, now I don't have to go and Google it myself. I'll just click it. It's all automated. But yeah, there was a few problems with it. The first problem was that they were they were stealing affiliate links. So anytime that they you click on an affiliate link from a creator or like a company to then go buy something through their affiliate links that they get paid. When Honey's discount code would apply, or when Honey would search for discount codes online, it would switch the affiliate code to their affiliate code every time. So then when they're going and advertising on all these big creators' channels, like really cool browser extension, save you money for free, sounds amazing. But then actually all these creators are advertising it or just getting their money stolen because they, their fans go click the affiliate link and use the browser extension that they are advertising, and then Honey say, haha, our money, actually we're taking all of the affiliate money. So not only that, apparently it wasn't even finding the best discount links. They were taking payments from websites to use specific or to show specific discount links, and not always the best one, which is the whole point of the product. So there was multiple things going on. They were like scamming creators who they are paying to advertise their own the product, and they're not actually delivering on the discount code.
The craziest thing about it too is, like, from my experience with affiliate codes, I used to have like affiliate codes in my stream for like what controller I use and like webcam and maybe a couple of other things, like small things like headsets and stuff. And it was just like an Amazon affiliate link, but I just had it in the bottom of my stream. The way Amazon affiliate links work and a lot of the other ones is somebody can click your affiliate link, and even if they don't buy that item or buy something right then and there, there's like a token that sticks on their account for like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so somebody had clicked my affiliate link for like a controller or whatever. They didn't buy it. They didn't do anything. They left. And like a day and a half later, they went and bought like a $2,000 laptop. And so I made like $200. This is like in 2016, and I was like, oh my god, like affiliate links are the greatest thing. But like it didn't happen that often. But I made like $200. But like I'm thinking about the amount of money that is being siphoned from, like who's the big tech creator, like
Linus was the big one.
Linus and MB something, MK something, KB maybe.
Marquez Brownlee.
Yeah, Marcus Brownlee.
Yeah.
Yeah, them. I can only imagine how much money like Honey has basically thieved from those guys.
Yeah. And also beyond that, there was multiple layers to this. So sometimes the extension would know that there are no discount codes for the product that or the website somebody is trying to buy something from. So instead of just like doing nothing, like it should, there are no codes, it would have a pop-up would appear and say, we searched the entire internet and unfortunately there were no codes, but you can rest assured we're always here to find them if they are available. And then people would click on the like the pop-up to close it, and when they do that, it would trigger the switch of the affiliate link. So even though there was not, they literally didn't do anything, it would still steal the affiliate code. And they were like sneaky. There were so many different ways that it was trying to steal the affiliate code. It's basically the entire purpose of the app and how they're making money is stealing affiliate
and then
links.
They get that, as Rizzo said, for like a 2-day token. Like imagine the amount of money that they're making. It's ridiculous. But the way they did it as well, the way that it sort of, to get the token, it opened up a new tab, but in like a tiny spot in the top left, applied the link and instantly closed the tab. So you couldn't even see that it was doing.
That's right. It was so sneaky.
Yeah, they look. Credit to them, man. Honestly, it's not like it. Well, obviously the YouTubes and stuff was scam. They're getting sponsorship money, but they're also getting paid just to have the ad. They're obviously, the other incentive is you get an affiliate link, or you get to apply your own affiliate link and stuff. So it's not like Linus was making no money. They're getting paid heaps to just do the ad on the YouTube video and stuff. And if they said, hey, we'll pay you a flat rate, but we're taking the affiliate link, like that's how we work, that would still be fine. You obviously just have to pay more money because the YouTubers or whatever aren't getting the affiliate links. But they obviously said, hey, you can have this and you can apply your own affiliate links. Win-win for you guys. We just like being here. Like, we're just hanging around applying codes. We're the good guys. And they weren't. So
is it going to be like a big
Shocker.
legal thing though? It's obviously like a crazy like scam to
Wait, you say
just
legal
talk
thing?
about. We know it's a scam, like for but not all like obvious scams are legal or scams legally.
There is already a class action lawsuit against Honey made by Legal Eagle, the YouTuber.
Legal Eagle, the YouTuber.
Yeah. And
okay.
any creator who, well, I think any creator in general, but any creator who also has had an affiliate link can join in the class action lawsuit as well.
Well, it's deception, isn't it? Because they
Yeah, it's a little
told anyone.
deceptive.
Well, I mean, deception isn't like it doesn't always get you in heaps of trouble. Have you guys seen not to derail this entire episode, but have you seen the what's the Netflix show called for this? I think it's called The Tinder Swindler. The Tinder Swindler. Have you seen this?
No.
It was a guy who just it's really good actually. Yeah, you should watch this. It's crazy. The Tinder Swindler is a Netflix documentary that covers the story of a guy who pretended to be mega rich on Tinder and other dating apps, and he would like basically sweep women he meets off their feet like with immense riches. He'd be like buying the craziest things and like saying, "Hey, do you just want to hop on my private jet right now? I'm about to leave." Like you just meet people, be like, "Oh, I'm about to leave in my private jet to this place." And it turned out all of his money that he had was actually money that he'd borrowed from previous women that he'd swept off their feet. He'd like do all this like big show and dance like oh yeah, I'm just super rich. I got all this money, and then people would be like, "Wow, and you're in love with me? No way!" And he somehow like managed to convince all these different women that he's in love with them. And then when he'd message them and say, "Oh hey, can you just send me like $20,000? Just need $20,000 real quick. I'll pay you back.
I'll double it."
Yeah, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, if you can send me
give it
20,
to
I
the
can
next
I can get you 30 or 40 like tomorrow." And they'd be like, "Yep, trust, of course." This like really genuine guy. They'd send him all the money. So everybody was like basically giving him money, and then he'd leave this, kind of like give them a cold shoulder and not really pay them back, maybe pay them back a little bit. He scammed like so many different people. But because this scam was just him asking a friend for money, technically, and a friend gave him money, it's not really you can't really punish it in the same way in a court.
That's so
he
insane.
he sort of just got away with it. I'm not really spoiling the length, or I can't spoil the depth of this scam. Truly, the whole documentary is
thought he
mind
loved
blowing.
me. That's insane. That's like I love watching the Kit Boga scam videos where he's just like scamming the scammers and stuff like that. So good to watch. But yeah, I guess I don't know. Hopefully they get in trouble, but that's massive. The fact that they were
Honey's
running
owned
for
by
so
PayPal,
long
right?
as well.
Yeah, Honey's owned by
PayPal.
PayPal bought Honey and then just ran this like crazy massive creation. I wonder if it will come back to PayPal. Time to withdraw our money, boys. Get at the platform.
what money?
Actually, true. And a tax to your Jotcast account, 0 money.
We got him, boys.
There's
We
nothing
dodged the
left.
tax, man. Don't chase us up. But let's jump into some rock then. Let's
talk about it.
We've covered the off season. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday season as well. And we're back. We're back into it. Should we do roster moves first before we jump into obviously EU's kind of halfway through? Maybe some quick roster moves.
Maybe
Our
do
co-host, where's he going?
Maybe we should do global first and then Europe, because Europe's qualifier and South America qualifier happened this weekend. APAC did as well, but it's not really that crazy in APAC until next week.
Well,
what's the global news? I mean, OCE doesn't have that. Yeah, let's start OCE. That's actually a good place.
Let's start in the land down under, because we are ahead of everyone in 2025, and we have been making moves like we are 17 hours ahead as well, because there's some rumors. Well, firstly, there's some org things like TSM picking up Super Lockie's team, which was former. Wow, it's not even. I was going to say it's like the former Pioneers roster, but it's not really. Super Lockie, who's on that? Super Lockie, Kaka, and Yeah, blanking. Anyone? Someone help me out in chat. TSM has signed an OCE team though. There's been rumors that First there, of course. There's been rumors about orgs, and we kind of talked about this in the round table. Actually, Brendy talked about it from Chiefs. So you guys remember saying how the problem is that these international orgs are going to come down to OCE and the smaller orgs, and then the local orgs aren't going to be able to pay the same salaries as the international teams. Well, I think he was kind of foreshadowing what was about to happen in OCE because then TSM came down and they've picked up that team, Super Lucky, Amphis, and Kaka with Mock as well, kind of like a 4-man, but Mock's the coach. So that was a big announcement. The TSM have hopped out of NA, formerly with, I think it was like the Wavy roster was the last roster.
Yeah, it was a Wavy team.
Yeah. And the other one is that Wildcard have picked up former Team Power, which is Banana Head, even though he left, he's come back. Banana Head Fever and Torsos. Wildcard is Amaranth's esports team, if I'm correct. That's kind of what is she? That is what I've heard as well. Her team, or is she like a part owner? Is she a full?
I don't know. I wouldn't want to guess, but I actually don't know. Let me do some research.
She's wonderful. Okay, she's a co-owner. Yeah, okay. I feel like people just say because she's one of the owners, and it's funny to say that. Yeah,
she became a co-owner 6 months ago, so I would assume it was already an org, and then they gave her a piece of it, or she bought in or something.
So she'll. Wow. I mean, if she's doing watch parties of OCE, that'd be pretty crazy.
That would be insane. I didn't even think about that. That would be crazy for Rocket League.
Oh my days!
She's doing like a hot tub
Rocket League watch party
with like 4,000 times the viewers of the regular OCE broadcast. If there is one,
save OCE.
If there is one, because
she would actually save it. Oh my god!
If anyone knows about like minor region broadcast, let us know, because I think it might just be the Amaranth's main broadcast for OCE. Which honestly, go for it. I wouldn't mind it. So Wildcard have picked up, TSM picked up an OCE team as well. Wildcard, formerly Team Power, and there's a rumor. I don't think it's confirmed or anything that the man who was trying to go to APAC, Rezears, who then said, "Actually, that'll kill my career," is coming to OCE. He is in talks with Fire and Hunter. Career. Which would be
revived with OC. That's huge.
Potentially a Chiefs lineup. OC Hunter, formerly on Chiefs. That's kind of the only team that hasn't been picked up. That's the rumor as well. In talks with Chiefs for an EU import. We had the Joreous show at the Esports World Cup with the Chiefs, and now we're potentially getting Rezears, who's like, I guess, well, he's a fantastic player in EU, but it's kind of like, you know, when Mum says we've got Joreous at home, I guess it's not quite. It's not quite
he's actually he's not Joreous, but he is very good. That's going to be a good team. And hey, people are I think memeing on Rezears a little bit, because who was his first team going to be in APAC? It was going to be like wasn't it going to be a majority import team? Yep. Or like a full import team? I can't remember if it's majority, like 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3. But this time it's only 1 out of 3, which is the right way to do import like talent. So this is I think pretty cool.
It was Tho, Ocelon, and Rezears.
Yeah, Tho, Ocelon, and Rezears, come on, nobody cares about that. It's like, oh wow, the APAC team pulling up to the event, Tho, Ocelon, and Rezears, everybody goes to sleep. But if it's like Rezears plus 2 actual OCE players, that's a pretty cool team. So I think they could do well. It sounds like there's going to be more than there's going to be actual competition in OCE for the top spot this season.
Yeah, I think orgs are trying to get that. Maybe, TSM Wildcard trying to get sort of that free land spot for less money. I think like the big thing now in Rocket League is you kind of just need the land spots. Before it was kind of, if we're top X, at least we're on the main broadcast, for NA and EU. But particularly in EU, we're kind of only seeing the top teams getting orgs, because there's no point having an org if you're not making the major, if you're not a top 4 team. So, they come down to OCE. So that is, I guess, the OCE news. APAC still be getting infiltrated as well. Yeah,
you were talking about imports, and then you just brought up infiltration as well. I wanted to just reference this tweet from Greybeard, who is a big SSA. Yeah, SSA. His Twitter says SSA vibe director. So if that tells you enough,
he pretty much is. Yeah, that's a good description.
So big SSA guy, and he tweeted out SSA RLCS signups for Birmingham #1. 24 hours before the deadline. There was 103 signups, the highest ever. There was 25 SSA teams. 44 teams were EU. 18 of the rosters were incomplete, so maybe not that many signups, but 44 of those teams were EU, 25 were SSA, and then mixed is like the rest of them. So basically, SSA became EU 2.0. Who could have foreseen this? Why did nobody tell us this was going to happen?
They're like absorbing a region. Europe are just slowly, well, they've already got them. By majority, they actually have taken over. They are now, it's EU number 2. It's like the EU, it's not even EU number 2 though, is it? It's kind of like EU, not really, no, is it retirement home or is it kind of?
It's like it's like a not quite good enough. So I'm gonna go play SSA.
It's mostly been a not quite good enough home. Most of the EU players who have tried to play there are just not players who have got anywhere close breaking into the top of EU. And I mean like players who can't even make a main event in EU. Never mind like a LAN. So it's I don't know. It's a bit disappointing that this
Where
is
the
still
hell is the 2/3 rule?
What is happening? Yeah, the 2/3 local rule would just fix this, but I mean, we're still waiting on that one, I guess. We don't like that. I mean, we're not fans of this. We weren't fans of this last year. We're not fans of it this year either. Yeah, the conversation always comes up. Like a lot of people say, don't hate the player, hate the game. Like the players who go there, to, try and compete and make LAN. Like, how much does that bother you guys compared to the rule? The rule obviously bothers. We don't like that they're allowed to do it. We can all agree on that. But the players actually doing it, when they see that the rule allows them to, how much do you guys as former pros sympathize with that? I know you guys never thought about this in your careers. It wasn't really a thing back then. But...
I only got annoyed at VK Salem. Because that guy was a jackass.
The global conqueror.
Yeah, I'm gonna win in every region. Yeah, that was weird. I don't really blame the players as much. I know you can blame the players. It's perfectly upon somebody's discretion to blame the players for it, but I don't really like. I mean, if you're trying to make it an RLEsports, like at this point, you gotta do just about anything. I don't know if making it is the right word either. If you want to maybe make money for about 6 months, then you got to do just about anything in Rocket League esports. So
it's pretty
to give yourself a chance.
I'm not about it. I think it's like, if you go sideways, it's fine. I think there's ways to do it. I think Rezears actually going to OCE is a lot better than an entire EU team going to APAC.
Oh, by far. Yeah, that's fine.
To come to OCE.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think, drip feeding some talent into other regions is okay, and you can do that, and it does improve the region. Like, no doubt about it. It'll improve OCE. It'll make it more competitive. And, there were other ways. Like, obviously, we were pretty supportive of James Cheese, one of the biggest first moves back in the day. But again, that was, you had to realize you had one from the region. You had Kami going sideways in a way, OCE to APAC. And then you had one, I guess, bigger import, Virtuoso. And I think that was fine. But then it just kind of got worse and worse and worse. And I obviously, we don't like the game for doing it or, the rule book. But I also think you're not really pushing yourself. You're just kind of collecting a bit. I don't know, it's like going to the Olympics and then you're like, oh, I can't compete for my country. I'm going to go get a citizenship in Tanzania or something and go be on the bobsled team. And it's like, come on, like let those guys, that's their thing. Like, let them have it. Let SSA have their spot because it's their spot. Don't take their spot. Help them if you want. Maybe join an SSA team and help a couple of SSA guys get a spot if you want to, have your experience, traveling and stuff, which just seems like what most pros say. It's such a good opportunity to go to another country and live in another country. But don't take all the boys there and just, it's like a bunch of 18-year-old kids, beating up some 10-year-olds in a bit of football or something. It's like, well, let them have their thing. I don't know.
And then in APAC, we've got, Elevate, instead of Tho, was it going to be Tho, Oslo, and Rezears in APAC before Rezears went to OCE? Was that where he's going to end up?
What was that? Sorry, APAC.
Was it going to be Tho, Oslo, and Rezears in APAC? Yep. Yeah, since Rezears has decided not, as he's, I don't remember exactly what he tweeted, but he tweeted something like he didn't want to kill his career, so he decided not to go to APAC. So he went to OCE as one player.
He said it'd kill his career, even though I think I could push even further. Last minute looking for team in EU and NA.
Look, so he was looking for a team in EU, and now he's in OCE. So he's Mr. Worldwide. But okay, I support the OCE move. The APAC move that was previously going to happen. Not a fan of that one. But now that Elevate, Tho and Oslo don't have Rezears, they grabbed Max U, So they've at least got 1/3 APAC player in Max U, which is better than 0. And Tho did play one split, I think it was in OC in APAC last season. So he's starting to become a part of that ecosystem, I guess. Yeah, he's starting to just get the both feet in the retirement home. Other interesting teams over there, you've got Realize playing with Furlash and Lunatic. Furlash is, I think, the American Japanese player. He lives in Japan, I think maybe even his whole life. But yeah, he's Japanese American dual national, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Playing with Realize and Lunatic, full Japanese team. There's 2 full Japanese teams. There's 1 full Russian team in the qualifier as well. And if I remember correctly, they beat Elevate in the double elimination, right?
Yep.
Which is really crazy. They're a team called Viper with 2 R's, Viper R, and none of the players have Wikipedia pages. They're called Zealfine, Aloni, and Bihan. But apparently they get pretty comparable ping to APAC in Europe. So I mean, a lot of Russia is in Asia. So that's really interesting to see that. I'm curious to see how good they're going to go. They lost 1. They went 3-1 in Swiss, losing 1 series to who did they lose to? Did they lose to Senza? Is that who they lost to?
Wasn't...
Yeah, they lost to 2 other Russian players actually, who are playing with a player from Belarus. So yeah, Russians and Belarusian players, Finnish players are playing in APAC, maybe with better ping, because that's pretty far over Eastern Europe.
The other big one is Luminosity, who have picked up Sphinx. This is another 1/3. Everyone's going, stuff the 2/3 rule. We'll go the 1/3 rule. Sphinx, the Poop, ZPS, and Souza with Mektos as the coach. They are also there. So Luminosity have done a TSM as well. They've gone,
Wait, do they actually have ZPS? It says Catalysm on the Wikipedia page.
Oh, is it Catalysm? Oh,
yeah, it says Sphinx Sosa Catalysm. I don't know when that happened, but it says Catalysm, so I believe it. ZPS was dropped and now it's Catalysm. Well, okay, Sphinx Sosa Catalysm. And there's also another 1/3 team, Kevin, from Thailand, is playing with Breezy and Darku. So 3 big 1/3 teams in the region: Elevate, Luminosity, and OSEC. Also probably competing with some of the Japanese teams, and even some of the other APAC teams look to be quite strong. Maybe even the Russian teams. It honestly looks quite a toss-up. Hard to pick which 2 are going to come out on top from those teams.
I just want to go back here for a second, because you said there was a full Russian team, and in my head it ticked that Russia was a restricted country at some point, restricted region.
Oh yeah, were they? I don't remember if they were on the list. I never looked.
I think they might have changed that going into 2024, but I just looked at the rule book. I'm not gonna actually it should be banned. But interesting thing here. Interesting thing here, actually.
Well, actually,
Russia and Turkey are prize restricted regions, so they are purely playing for the love of the game.
Oh, so they're prize restricted, but they can play.
They can play, yeah, but they are prize restricted.
Who gets the prize? Does it go to charity? Where does the money go?
I have no idea.
Blast. Where does the money go? That better be go to charity.
We really want more Russian teams. God, I hope they win. This is going to be a massive Christmas party.
I mean, yeah, it's quite a lot of money. I mean, if they're good enough to beat Elevate in the qualifier in the double elimination day, they didn't go 3-0 in the Swiss, but hey, maybe they can actually win this thing, and that's just $5,000 not getting paid out because it's prize restricted. And yeah, like CJ said, blast Christmas party, New Year's party, or I guess Valentine's Day is coming up. They could hold out for that. They've got some options.
Yeah, so there's definitely been another take. APAC and SSA are just, it's like, I don't know, it's a free-for-all. It's just you're hopping into the wild, wild west over there. We're playing a full Finnish team. We're playing a full Russian team. We're playing a 2/3 American team. We're playing a 2/3 European team. I don't know what's happening over there, but in one way it's exciting. In another way it's disappointing. It's probably more disappointing.
Finland, I do remember... because I used to talk to Jazer a lot about this. His connection used to be pretty bad to EU servers. I don't know if Finland right now is having issues with EU servers, but obviously Finland is like the most northeastern European country, so there's a chance that their connection isn't great to EU either. I don't know. I'm coping for Finland right here. So 6 Finnish players in the APAC main event. Maybe they get similar ping to the APAC servers. What servers do they even play APAC on? They play it on like the Asia mainland.
Yeah.
Pretty far. Asia's pretty massive. It's got to be pretty bad connection.
I don't know if there's a particular. Well, there is kind of like the main server, but I don't know. Maybe Russia can play. Is there an Asia North? Is there? I don't know how. There's so many. Honestly, there's so many servers like in the Asia region. Like, there's Asia Southeast, Asia mainland.
Yeah.
So.
What's the main one though? Like, what's when how like you've got the one main server that one team can just say, nah, don't care if your ping's bad, we're playing on this one. That's the main server, so you can get stuff like in America or in NA. It was always US East. Like the West Coast players were just like unlucky, I guess.
I think that's just the Asia Southeast mainland server.
Right. Okay.
Which is a Hong Kong.
That's
server,
APAC SSA and OCE. MENA. Before we talk about the major region, well, we're moving up the regions right here. But MENA, interesting developments. Twisted Minds have announced their roster. Rise, Atomik, and NWPO.
Our host.
We lost our co-host.
We've lost our fourth co-host. But not the only European going to MENA this year. Tox has also gone to MENA, and he's teaming with Dr. None and Nash. So that was announced earlier, I believe. And it looked like they might be a shoe-in for second place. But then Atomik and Rise come over, and now they look like they're going to be top 2, like clearly. Like that team, NWPO, Atomik, Rise, that's like Falcons. They're competing with Falcons for number 1 rather than competing with anybody else for number 2. So once again, it looks like Tox might have just put himself in a position where he's favorite to get 3rd place and miss land by 1 place again, which is unlucky.
He's an unlucky man, but he's a fantastic player. I
Yes.
think Rise is the big move. Well, obviously Rise and Atomic was saying it, but just the whole. We've got our co-host who just is an absolute team hopper, region hopper. I'm going to NA. I'm not going to NA. I'm going to blow up that region. I'm going to go back to EU. I'm going to go on 6 different teams over there. Hello Oxygen. Hello BDS. Hello Moist. How we doing? And now I'm going to MENA. I mean, we need to have a talk to him because what's he going to do next season?
What is going on?
He's coming to APAC. Where's he going? SSA perhaps if it it doesn't work out for him. It's destructive. He's on a warpath right now. But what do we think about this team? Because I mean, they picked up a superstar in NWPO, who's he's a what do you call it? Like he's got what do you call it when there's like those athletes and stuff, but they've got some other shit going on. Like there's some he's got
like some baggage.
Oh, the controversial.
Yeah, controversial.
Like the controversial in the media.
Yeah, he's a little bit of baggage. That's probably a good term, but no denying his ability to play.
Hit a flip reset.
I mean,
hit a couple of resets. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing quals.
Yeah, very, very interested. But they seem like a top 2 team, clearly. Dr. No, Nash, and Tox could maybe give them a run for their money. There's a couple of other teams in MENA who could probably give them a run for their money, but they're definitely like the Rise, Atomik, and NWPO team is easily top 2 on paper. So we'll see if they can push Falcons for number 1. I know that's what they're going to be gunning for. They're not going to be going for number 2. They don't bring Atomik and Rise from Europe to come second. That org means business. Didn't they just win like multi millions at the Esports World Cup last year? Like G2 coming 4th in Rocket League, like
6 million or something.
It won Twisted Minds like 6 or 7 million. I can't remember how much, but yeah, that's a lot of money. So they're spending it on Rocket League, which is good for the Rocket League scene, obviously.
Well, there's a few Saudi orgs now that have picked up teams globally. I think there was a Reddit post on it.
Yeah, the Ultimates have grabbed the Firstkiller Chronic LJ team.
Is that one a rumor or that happened?
It might still be a rumor. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if they made anything official. I'm treating rumors as real now, since like
Yeah.
everything that's a rumor just ends up being true. So I'm thinking, well, it's probably true.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything behind the scenes. I'm just treating rumors as real.
Yeah, you have to. I think they're pretty. Right now, Achilles is kind of taken over, and he's pretty credible. You know, even he's got a couple wrong, but he's been like, actually, no, that's not happening. But yeah, we're seeing more and more of the, I guess, the Saudi integration. The orgs are. I mean, the money's drying up. Where the hell are the EU orgs? That's what I want to know, because they. I think was it. Who put a tweet out? It wasn't Liquipedia. It was someone put a tweet out of like the current top 16 orgs out of like the first weekend, and ranked them by Twitter followers. I don't know if anyone can link that post. Someone in chat will know what I'm talking about. But compared to last season, it is an absolute wasteland. Where on earth are the orgs?
Oh yeah, there's actually there's a Virtuoso tweet about that, where Liquipedia made a tweet saying like, here are all your teams in EU who qualified or whatever, and it was like 5 out of the 16 teams were on orgs, and then Virtuoso made a tweet, here's what it looked like in 21 to 22, and it was literally
It's like all of them, right?
every single one out of 18 teams. There was 17 orgs.
Wow.
Aogiri was the only team that was not an org, if you guys remember that one. But yeah, orgs they're not fucking with Rocket League.
Well, see, like,
simple as that.
in a way, like, it's not surprising, because, and it's not just because of like, a lot of people are doom and glooming saying it's Rocket League esports trajectory. Orgs just don't like the trajectory of the scene, so now they're all leaving. But a lot of these orgs that have left are orgs that came into Rocket League, lost a bunch of money, and then they're like, why are we doing this? And they left, because like it's not, you know, the Rocket League sponsors that they're able to get are not going to pay for a team the way like a CSGO gambling sponsor will. So they just don't have the money to pay for it. And it's not going to pay for a team that don't make content and don't have a social media presence. So yeah, I'm not surprised that a lot of the orgs have left. I don't think it's like, you know, I don't think that's the whole story. Like there's more that Rocket League and RLEsports could do to help orgs, as our org roundtable episode would have taught you all. But yeah, a lot of these orgs came into the scene, made no money, like Jeff from Resolve, who was on the roundtable, said, and now they're like, yeah, not sure this is feasible. Maybe we should be trying something different. So they are.
Yeah.
It's dead. It's dead, isn't it?
I saw.
I don't think it's dead. I think it needs a complete restructuring, because well, like I said, the whole sponsor angle is important. You can't. The E for everyone does limit what sponsors you can get on a brand, and it's not just gambling sponsors. It's like energy. You can't have energy drinks, can you?
No.
You obviously can't have like alcohol or like, you know, anything like that. But yeah,
I don't think
it's like
I thought they changed that, but I don't know.
Drink the brisk.
It's very. I'll say it's very restrictive compared to other esports.
Yeah.
When, you know, orgs, they look at other esports, they're thinking, oh wow, this esport we can get like we could basically have any sponsor at all on our jersey. Rocket League, there's rules. What? Why would we pick up a Rocket League team? So, you know, some people will celebrate that, and some people will complain about that. It's, you know, you can take your pick, but that's just the fact of the matter. I'm just telling you that's the reason, or one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And you can do with that information what you want.
Here's the other reason, right? I think we need to. Here's what I'm thinking, right? Yeah, here's what I'm thinking. I think we need to accept that we downsized a little bit, right? We dropped a split. We got smaller.
Yep.
There's not as much happening. Kind of like less. We don't have the wild card at Worlds. Less teams at LANs. But we're still trying to run it in the same window as if we were still had 3 splits. We still had a wild. We're still big. All right. I think we need to accept. Hey, we ain't as big right now. You know, Blast, Epic. We need to accept that this thing ain't that big. This, like the RLCS itself isn't as big as it was. Let's stop. Let's not run on the 3rd of January until September, whenever, halfway through September. Let's not have a 9.5 month season for 2 events or 3 events. Let's condense it because it is smaller, and then boom, let's open this bad boy up to third parties, and then we can have some things going on. But I think we're still trying to we're still big, but we're not. It's not as big anymore, the RLCS, because we only got 2 splits. We don't have the wild card. There's less teams. There's less. There's more of a prize money spread, which makes it less prize money. Like, I don't know if you guys saw the top earners from last year compared to the year before or something like that. Like, I think it went from 10 or 12 players earning over $200,000 to 1 or 2 or something in
Yeah,
like
I'll try to find that one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there was a tweet. Anyway, there's people are making less money. Orgs making less money. It's a smaller season. It's more condensed, but we're still like, let's try and stretch it out for as long as possible. It just doesn't work. It's just, you need to give the team something to play in and something to do. So let's condense it. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean it's the big gap between the second major and Worlds. Like, it's pretty condensed. It's pretty, now that we're going early on in January, it's going to be non-stop till the major 2 pretty much. Obviously there will be like transfer windows for and the gap between the last online event and the major, so that visas and stuff can get figured out. But apart from that, it's pretty non-stop from here until the end of June. Well, maybe not non-stop, but there's going to be regular RLCS for the next 6 months from now. And then there's a big gap between Major 2. Major 2 ends on the 29th of June, or at least that's what Wikipedia is telling me. I don't know if they've made any official announcement about that, but the finals are not until September. So there's no RLCS in July or August, plus 1 more week. So that
could be September 15 or something. Like, it could be.
Yeah, that's like what, 10 weeks? It's like 10 weeks of no RLCS. That's for me the gap that could definitely be smaller. And if they want to keep having Worlds in September, because that does seem to be the place they're putting it, then you've got to put I think the season's got to start in late February, early March, even mid-March. You could still do the whole thing in time. Probably or late February, early March, something like that. Late Feb, I guess, if you want to spread it out a little bit. There is a last chance qual. That's true. There is a last chance qual. So that's going to be in July.
I found the cash flow. So this tweet is from Wikipedia, and it says the top 10 earners from 2023 and 24. The top earner in 2023, most prize money won, was Rezears at $315,000.
Was it really? It was Rezears.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
what a
sneak
king.
He stuck a weekly tournament in there somewhere?
By $900 over Alpha.
Wow.
And then the top earner in 2024 was Drawley. Keep in mind, both these people are Worlds winners. Was Drawley with $213,000, so $102,000 less for the same placement at Worlds, I guess, because there's one less event and just less stuff going throughout the year. And then the equivalent of that is Drawley being first place in 2024 with $213,000 is equivalent to 2023 8th place, which was in between Beast Mode and Daniel with $202,000 on Beast Mode. So big gap there.
So there were 8 players.
8th place made the same amount as first place a year later.
The biggest gap really is Vatira is top 10 earner this year or last season with $84,000, and Vatira was 10th again in 2023, $178,000, so nearly $100,000 more for the same placement.
Yeah.
Whilst prize money's like this is the wider spread, I guess. It's all going to the back pocket of Timmy, who just got top 256.
Hey, all I'm saying is I got some of Avati's prize money. I got some of Rado's prize money. I got a little bit of everybody's in there. Got a little sum, a couple hundred bones.
See, like I'm not against the wider prize pool spread. I think it's fine. Like pros of it, the very top tier pros are obviously not going to like it because they want to win more prize money. But they're still making a lot of money in prizes. The prize money is good enough to make them all sign up. If it wasn't good enough, they wouldn't sign up. So it's still a lot of money. So I don't mind the wider spread. I think it's kind of cool that lower tier players who are just playing Rocket League like recreationally, they just want to try out, see how far you can make it in the bracket with your mates. But you're all really good. You're all 2K players, 2.1. Maybe you can make it to the prize money. That's cool. I like that. That's the thing because a lot of players can now access that.
Yeah. So look, we'll see, but we're back in the action, which is nice. RLCS is back. Someone asked if NA quals are this weekend. Indeed, they are. We just had
Wait, are they
EU.
actually?
Yeah,
They're...
like the first round for NA. Yeah.
Oh, are they? I thought there was a gap, but maybe
There's a
maybe
gap
maybe I'm
on. I
mistaken.
think like the 24th, 5th, 6th weekend. I don't think there's anything on at all. So there's a couple
You're right.
and then a
Yeah.
gap. Next split's a lot more condensed. I think this split's a bit more spread out. But yeah, we're back. EU. I kind of mentioned it before. Vitality had a little stumble, but we've got a new format. We've got the double Swiss. We've got some things happening for the quals this time. There's also an auto qual. Correct me if I'm wrong, Johnny. I think top 8 from the first event go guaranteed into the double Swiss, into the top 32 for the next event. So there's less of a chance of you win regional 1 or open qualifier 1 and then you lose in top 256 in qual 2. But yeah, what were the results over the weekends? Because EU's top 16 are in now. They're decided. As well,
we had EU, APAC. I mean, APAC's like not top heavy enough for the first. I mean, everybody's going to make it through, which is good. They should. They did. But yeah, South America happened and EU happened. Actually, I want to talk about South America first because there's not really too much to say. But did you guys see Furia forfeited their first round match? They just like didn't play.
They got the time wrong.
I did see that.
Yeah, they just didn't play. So they forfeited their first round match in Swiss, and then they went 9-1 and made it through. So they're going to be fine. But yeah, they forfeited a match, which was briefly worrying. That would have been way more worrying last year if they were just like forfeiting an upper bracket match. Now you got to go on a lower bracket run and not lose, or else you're out. So yeah, they made it. All the big teams all the big teams in SAM pretty much made it. There's a couple Sam's pretty stacked, so there's like a few good players who didn't make it in, but
it does
all the
mean
main players
Furia run into Shaman Esports, which is Yukio.
Yukio's in. Oh yeah,
which is your Yukio KNS in the ND. So yeah, they'll run into each other in the upper bracket semi-final, and it's a massive double elim now. So if you do lose at any point, you're going to be in the lower bracket of the playoffs. So that could hurt Furia, just given that early forfeit, because otherwise they probably just would have gone to 3-0 and got the top spot.
It's actually crazy. I never would have thought Yukio would be playing in South America. That's like out of all the crazy European exports, that's the least expected one, I think. Not Rezears to OCE,
so
it's not Tox to MENA, it's Yukio to South America. Like, what is going on?
What the hell is a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas? that's a Yukio in Sam. But apart from that, I think in Sam, Johnny, there was no massive upsets. Like everything's pretty.
Yeah, the main teams made it in. All the teams that we expect to be contending for LAN made it in.
PJ didn't make it in. Oh.
PJ didn't make it in, and nor did Firefox D. Like I said, there's like some notable players didn't make it in, but they're not going to be contenders for LAN if we're being honest, unfortunately. So yeah, nothing crazy to report. So we can talk about EU.
EU was a little bit. We had a couple of upsets early on, but I don't think anyone's not. Well, I guess you could say that Wild not making it after this happened so much of just like getting good results in the quals, but then not actually making it into the top 16.
It was Mike Boy, right?
And then Mike
as well,
Boy
and Wild as well.
And yeah, Mike Boy and Wild. I think the Spanish JJ Rocks as well. Mark by 8 Stakes team Rixie. They didn't make it. Fast Forward, though, was the big one because, as you said, they beat Vitality. Everyone's like, holy crap, like Mike Boy.
Round 1.
It's over. Vitality's finished.
FIFA E World Cup as well. There's Mike Boy, Compact, Edge B, and they didn't make it. They got knocked out 30-second plays.
But not only did they get knocked out, there might be beef. Did you guys see the beef? They lost to a full French team. 2 of the players don't have Wikipedia pages. They're called Ever, and I've forgotten the name of the third player. Sorry to the third player.
And Mako?
Yeah, Mako. I know. I met Mako. He won an event, amateur event I casted in Paris the end of last year. But he's an outgoing player in France. He's solid, very good, very mechanical. And now, they do have Wikipedia pages now. Rust and Ever or I don't know if Rust EZ95. Now at the end of the match, because Ever, Rust, and Mako took down Mike Boy, Compact, and Edgeby. I think they scored to go ahead like 3-1 or something with 10 seconds left, and then Ever dropped a what a save quick chat in the chat, and Mike Boy put a question mark in response. He just wrote a question mark. And then Ever said, "Oh, sorry, I dropped my." He said, "I dropped my controller," or something.
That's hilarious.
Or like, and then
yeah,
dropped my controller. And then I think Mike Boy was like, "Sure, buddy." He wrote in the chat, "Yeah, sure, buddy, sure thing," or whatever. Yeah, they were like going back and forth a little bit. So like, there might be some beef between Seleção and Fast Forward. I really hope I get to see them match up again, and hopefully we'll get to see some more what saves. This time, Seleção got their number.
Keep the toxicity. A couple of others that we have to mention. I mean, the gold hoarder himself, Scrubkiller, didn't make it. He was close.
He didn't make it.
Gifty mode.
They got reverse swept out of Swiss.
They got reverse
Glifty,
swept out of
Glifty
Swiss.
mode, not Gilfy mode, Glifty mode. It's an L, not an uppercase I. I've discovered Glifty.
Yeah, I heard they were 2-0, and then they got, they were slapped around by Jack, I think, right?
That's
yeah,
so
yeah, they did.
In that third
They got
round.
destroyed by Jack.
Swept 1-3. So a rough last few rounds for them. The other one is the boys who were featured prominently in Salt Mine in the Unrules Cup. The Mozza, the big cheese. I know Rizzo's a big fan of the mozzarella. Also didn't make it through with Grammar. And so you got the Italian.
Yeah, if there's anyone who's going to play with two Italian players, it would be Mozzarella, even though he's not Italian himself.
It makes sense.
Oh, by the way, did you guys know that Mako from Seleção has 3 nationalities in Wikipedia? He's French, Italian, and Spanish.
I did not know that.
He's Spitalian.
How does that work?
I don't know how you can have 3 nationalities, but he's got 3 flags on Wikipedia. That's all I need. I'm not asking any questions. It's pretty cool though. He's got a triple flag, which is very nice. If you guys could just adopt to, or become a tri-national with no effort, you don't have to pay for it, you don't have to study, you don't have to do any like test or interview. You just become a tri-national overnight. What nationalities would you choose?
Okay, this came out of nowhere. I gotta think.
What two additional ones on top of your current nationality?
First one, I think I need to be Italian just because I love the cuisine. I think if I'm Italian, then I'm instantly better at making pizza and pasta. So I think that's key. And then I don't know, give me something a bit crazy. Like I want to be like Macedonian or something. Like, give me something cool, like a conversation starter, something like that.
Jill, you just sort of throw in Macedonian because why not?
Yeah. Just give me something else. I don't need to be anything.
I love that you think Macedonia is crazy. That's so funny to me because Macedonia, like, I mean, to me, it's just a normal country.
Just the first thing that popped into my head, to be honest. I was like, it's something different.
I just love that you think Macedonia. How would you start a conversation about being 1/3 Macedonian?
Yeah, Macedonian. Anyway, moving on. I guess French though. But I've thought about I'll be French as well for Rocket League purposes. I think I speak French.
I just don't know. I know about Macedonia, but only the only thing I know about Macedonia is like some random like war history because they've had a lot of wars in their history. That's about it. So I don't know what you start conversations about.
Not really a talking point. Okay, I'll be French.
That's kind of what I meant. I don't know what you would say. Macedonia. People would be like, "Wow, yeah, what that's like." I don't know.
Is it bad that the only thing I could think of for this is just like who has good food?
That's a great answer. Because that's a great reason.
I'm also thinking Italian and then like Korean. Like I just gotta get the Korean barbecue.
Solid. I don't mind it.
French. I want to speak French.
You want to speak French?
You want to speak French? Yo, you guys, I don't think I told you. I told my stream the other day that Bella and I have signed up for Spanish lessons. We're going to learn some Spanish.
Really?
Nice. We decided to go for it. Why not?
We're not
full on emigrating yet, but we're going to see if we can learn it a little bit.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. muy bien, and all that.
All the best on your journey. All the best on your journey. I'm looking
you.
forward to hearing it.
Yeah, next time we meet, I want to hear your Spanish.
Oh boy, here we go. Yeah, this is going to be really bad because Athena does speak Spanish, so it's not going to be good news for me. But
you're gonna get tested big time.
it's also like there might be some beef because I know like the different parts of the Spanish world, they're all like arguing about how things should be pronounced. One of my Spanish friends was telling me about this recently, that they're about to start like another world war over the pronunciation of Homer, as in Homer Simpson, because in Spain they say, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, I think they say Homer, but in Latin America they say Homero. So yeah, they say Homer in Spain, and in Latin America they say Homero, and this is like a big problem. They cannot decide who's right and who's wrong, and yeah, they're about to start shooting. So be careful. Be careful. Do not mispronounce Homer or Homero. Homer or Homero.
Depending on
Latin
where you're
America.
at.
Yeah.
All I know is never say the J. It's always a trap. That's what I've learned.
It's always
always
a trap.
Javier. Something like that.
It's always silent.
Oh, like jalapeno?
Jalapeno, not jello. If you can I pass you some of those jellos? The jalapeno.
Give me some of them Can I get some jalapenos on the side? Cheers, mate. Have a few of them.
Give me some of them.
Jalapenos.
Give me some of them jalapenos.
Give me some of them jalapenos, please. Thank you.
We're going off the rails here. We've got one more topic to cover before I'll just maybe jump into some Patreon questions. And that is we've lost Hoodie. Hoodyhoo has
it's a disaster.
Announced today. I don't know if everyone has seen it yet, but he is retiring from streaming, or quitting streaming, and he's moving on to other things. So he's an absolute legend. So it cuts it hurts as well. Obviously, we had the armed rebels and stuff like this guy. I cannot vouch highly enough for just how selfless he is in terms of he's always willing to put his hand up to do anything. He radiates positivity. He's energetic, and he was just one of the good dudes of the scene. So it's going to be a big hole in terms of like just the esport itself as well, because he would stream everything he'd watch, but he'd have his own show matches, 1v1s, YouTube as well. But he's no longer going to be doing it. So
he's not dead. He is alive. You're making it sound like he's died or something. He's not dead though. This isn't his eulogy.
Well, in terms of
he's gonna go get a real job.
Funny, in terms of Rocket League, he's dead.
No, I mean he hopefully he can still stream on the side. We hope that we see him more, but he's not going to be doing it full time anymore. He's going to go and pursue a career.
He's not dead. He's going to be a real lifer.
Yeah, he's going to be a real lifer, which is great. I mean, we should celebrate that. I'm sure he's going to be great at real life, because this guy, like, he was super easy to work with. Anytime that we work with him in events, which we worked with him in a lot of events recently, especially. Yeah, really easy to work with. And obviously a really, really nice guy. And I hope he continues to stream every now and then. Yeah, hopefully he can still do like real life streams, maybe work stream. Maybe he's gonna stream from his new job. I don't know.
Work streams.
We just want to see more Hoodyhoo streams.
I love Hoodie. Hoodie took over my mornings like every single morning. When he was streaming in the morning, when he was streaming in the AM, every single morning, I'm there in Hoodie's stream.
I can confirm, as someone who's seen Rizzo watching Hoodie stream in the morning, when we went and visited you.
Oh yeah. I just flipped on it exactly. Well, well that's closed off Tuesday, so that makes sense.
No closed Tuesdays. He likes these too. What day is it today? No, it's not. It's Monday.
That's not Tuesday yet. Not Tuesday yet.
Tuesday for me. Tuesday for me.
He's showing off.
Why is that shirt on?
17 plus 17. I'll whip it off in a second as soon as we end stream, as we always do. But yeah, hopefully he can still stick around in terms of, when he does have spare time. Treat it more as a hobby, I guess, rather than a job.
Yeah, I think he could still have it. Like streaming could still be. I mean, I don't know his specifics, and if he wants to, like, this might just not be something that's interesting to him to do part time or like as a hobby. But he could easily have like a good side gig streaming, because he streamed like lots of hours. He's trying to put the hours in, but he's a streamer that I think could stream a couple of hours here and there and still have a good side gig going on.
Yeah.
It's like it's I think something that a lot more streamers should try to do. And just as a side note, is try to stream less. Basically, I think a lot of streamers stream too much. Not Hoodie specifically, but I think a lot of people will stream too much and burn out, and it's like more feasible to just stream less for a longer time. Over the years, over the months. Not Rizzo. Don't tell Rizzo that.
Don't
Great
tell
call.
Rizzo.
Okay, I take it back.
Okay. Yeah, they already say I'm always underworking anyway, so.
Underworked, overpaid, and overloved as well. Overloved. It's a big point. It's a big factor.
He mentioned
think
that you
it's-
wouldn't do it as a side gig before. Things can change though. Well, I mean, it could be
okay.
side gig, hobby. Maybe one day he's just like, you know what? I feel like watching RLCS today, start to finish. I'm gonna throw the stream on and view party. Maybe he'll decide to do something like that. But when you're not streaming full time, I mean, the pressure of full time streaming is real. Like, people joke about how streaming is not a real job, but I do know that. Yeah,
it's harder. Yeah, harder than
full
9 to
time is
5.
like
Harder than real jobs. Yeah.
in many ways it is. Yeah, there's bad parts about every job. For streaming, it's the pressure of having to do it.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I just think of a couple occupations I work harder than, like police officers, Navy SEALs, single mothers, school teachers, doctors. Yeah, just stuff out there. I don't know.
Just like easy jobs like those.
Overhated, underappreciated. That's my job.
That's it. Someone's got to do it though.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's going to make the sacrifice. Yeah.
I've got to call someone out here because Rezears' dad in our Patreon in the Discord, by the way, make sure you check it out. !Chalk Discord if you want to jump in. Is berating the people that are moving to SSA and said they should be named and shamed, these people moving regions. Well, your own son has moved to MENA. So how about you deal with him first, Rezears' dad? All right.
Actually, great
This
point.
isn't good enough. He's going on a free vacation to MENA, clearly an inferior region that needs help. And he's just trying to get free money. So not good enough from Rise. Deal with it first, Rezears' dad. I've got another one though. I want you guys, now you might have to do some research on this, as one of our last little things. We've got NA calls coming up this weekend. We just had EU. Give me one prediction for NA. It could be a surprise packet. It could be a result. I'll start because I've already got one.
Okay.
I want to say that the Battalions, Arju, Speed, and Wave, 3-1 out of Swiss.
The Battalions.
Top 16 team, 3-1 out of Swiss, and people starting to talk about these guys. Hang on a minute. Speed, Relating Wave, the boys are back. The old boys. That's my prediction.
People are going to be saying, "Whoa, these guys, they're kind of cooking." It must be Arju, because it's definitely not the English. They're cooking up anything nice. Nah, jokes aside, they could do something. It like the first qualifier. Look, did we mention that the double Swiss is happening? It's like the best thing of all time. The double Swiss final day of the qualifier weekend, absolutely phenomenal. Love it. You get the chance of the upsets like we saw with Fast Forward over Vitality, but you do still get a much more reliable top 16. And if you miss out, if Vitality didn't make it through this one, you wouldn't hear me defending them. You wouldn't hear me saying the format's partly to blame. You lose Swiss in top 32, you don't deserve to be top 16. So, but yeah, could Speed and the Relating Wave and Arju make it? Yes, I think they could. But I think they've got with that 3-1. I think the one loss has got to come early. I think if they go 2-0, then they lose, I think they could be in trouble.
You get reverse swept. Okay.
Yeah, I think they could be in trouble. I think they've got to lose early, lose round 1 or 2. You don't want to lose round 3 as that team. Or
So you
any
think
team
dodge the top teams by not going 2-0? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
like a 1-1 and then get in through in the 4th round. Yeah, I see that.
I've not calculated it though. Don't nobody take that. I'm not a Bushall Swiss advisor. That is just my own random thoughts leaving my head. If you encounter NRG and Bushall Swiss, don't blame me. I didn't tell you to lose round 1. I just said it might be might be a good idea. Not that it would be. I really did make it sound like I've calculated this, and it's actually just a good idea now. So somebody's probably going to do it.
So do you have a prediction then?
Wild. Does it have to be like about a qualifying team, or just the NA in general?
Yep.
I mean, NA is like kind of clear cut. I don't know if there's going to be any real upsets making it in. I'll say that I think. Okay, here's a hot take. I think that SSG will 3-0. I think they're gonna go straight through.
You're on the kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, don't say that, but yeah.
Let's switch this up. I will make the prediction as well. Not about the kids. Not about the kids. I'm actually gonna go for the unk here. I think JNaps is gonna make it through to that top 8.
You hopping on the unk?
Hopping on the unk.
You're more of an unk kind of guy.
It's more appropriate for some North American action.
I don't
That's
know.
some good old-fashioned Southern American classic there.
I believe in the JNaps top 8. They're gonna make it out of Swiss.
Yeah. A wise choice.
So there we go. And with that, on that bombshell.
He's like riding Uncle Jake.
But yes, I do think SSG are going to qualify. I think they're a good team.
Fantastic.
That's my hot take. That's the extent of my hot take.
That's a good place to end it, I think.
That is a great spot. We appreciate you guys for listening, for watching. If you guys missed any part of the podcast, check it out on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Thank you, and a special shout out to all of our Patreon members, patreon.com/truckcast, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
See you next week.
Bye-bye.
Episode 100 coming up.